upper limits are actually a point that we reach where we do exactly that. We start sabotaging the situations in our life and things that are going on around us because we've reached the limit of our current capacity, our current availability, what we think we are ready to receive. So a typical example of an upper limit might be, and this is one that still pops up for me occasionally, just before you're about to do a big event, just before something massive is about to happen for you, you end up coming down with getting sick. Who's had that? Like just before something really good's about to happen, you end up getting sick. You end up with violas, like, yeah, got that one going on. Or you meet a new partner or a new friend, and all of a sudden, everything's going really well. Let's say it's a new relationship, and things are going really well. You've been together for a few months, like everything's really great. Da, 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 da. And all of a sudden, things are starting to get a bit serious, and you're a bit like, ooh, okay, it's all getting a little bit too much for me. So the arguments start to break out. You start to find holes not in them literally, but you start to pick holes in who they are and how they show up and what they look like and what they do and what they don't do. And actually, I don't like the fact that they leave their socks on the floor and it ends up being a big drama, and it becomes the biggest thing that actually stops you from being in relationship with them, because you start to focus on the lack, you start to focus on the limitation of what's there. So within the book, in what Gay Hendricks talks about, these upper limits are actually there in order to protect us. We don't obviously create them deliberately, but they show up because what we've actually reached is our current level of life experience, is the easiest way to think about it. It's our deservingness, our worthiness, and it's actually a safety strategy to keep us within what we already know. People always talk about stepping outside your comfort zone. It's actually, when we talk about this, and I'll show you in a minute, it's actually that you've reached the edge of your current. If you could see the whole of your energy field, you've actually reached the boundary line of your current experience. Everything that's going on in your life, everything that's happened in your life, and everything you're experiencing in your life is going on within your aura. It's all going on within your energy field. And if you could see it stretched up to 20 feet away from you in each direction, it's every time you grow as a person, spiritually, mentally, energetically, emotionally, whatever, think about the energy of love. Think about the energy of happiness. We literally expand. You see people shine, you see people stand up taller, and you start to grow and you start taking these steps forward on your path. And what then happens is, like, you've progressed too far beyond what you've experienced before. And so because you've never experienced it before, the way I always describe it is like the boundary line, the perimeter, and it's like the army suddenly kick in and they go, do not pass this line. It's dangerous beyond here. You cannot possibly step beyond this. You've never experienced this before. Everything beyond this boundary line is really scary and it's really bad and it's really horrible. And it will literally start throwing bombs at you to make you stay where you are, because you've never stepped beyond that boundary. Does this make sense? This makes perfect sense in my head. And now you actually get to see what being inside my head is really like. But does this make sense? It's like all of a sudden, I've never stepped beyond this. And so your safety guards, your army, kick in and they're like, no, you have to stay exactly where you are. So let's start throwing as much drama and chaos at you as possible to keep you stuck where you are, because we know how to deal with that. We know how to deal with what's going on inside those boundary lines. Anything beyond that, we don't know how to deal with that, and it's scary.